Hello there internet, welcome to the most informal / formal design tutorial channel on the entirety of the internet. Now this is all going to be completely free and given to you from my experiences, so hopefully you learn something from this. Today's video is actually going to be featuring how you can create your own polka dot / comic style shading in Adobe Illustrator. This channel is going to feature all sorts of tutorials from Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, and also some video editing tutorials if that is what's requested. I'll also be hosting weekly banner giveaways, and this will be aimed at just about anyone. It could be aimed at companies, it could be aimed at gamers, it could be aimed at just about anyone that knows me. And also if you do request to learn something about designing, then I'll try and make a video on it for you guys to learn from. So without further ado, check out how you guys can make your first ever type of comic style or polka dot pattern in Illustrator. So the first thing you want to do is open up a file. Now you can of course add this style to just about any illustration you have. You don't have to create this in a separate tab, but however if you do want to just practice your shapes and designing, it's great to just open up your own file. I've gone with the 600 by 600 and that's just really basic and easy because it's nice and square. So the first thing that I went ahead and did was create a circle. Now you can just create the circle of any size. I made a nice big one because whatever does happen within this circle, that's going to be where the polka dots are featured. Of course, if you used a pencil and created your own shape, that's where the polka dot pattern would remain within also. And the first thing you're going to notice is here down on the left we have a fill and a stroke, and we're going to go ahead and switch with the little switch button, and that's going to change the black to the white, and it's also going to get rid of the stroke. The stroke, just like an STD, we do not want that to be there, so we're going to get rid of that and keep ahead with our black circle. And now to get rid of that stroke, you're actually just going to go and click on the stroke and then click on the none tab just below that, and it's a simple button with a red stripe go through. Now you're going to go back to your circle, however, and you're going to go and click gradient, because gradient is going to define which colors it's going to differ from. So I'm just going to show you a basic black to white one. You guys can just go with any color that you would like to gradient. It could be any two colors in fact. You just have to click the little tabs on the gradient pop-up that's going to come up, and that's what it's going to go from whichever color to whichever color. And now the next thing to do once you have your gradiented circle is go to Effect, Pixelate, and Color Halftone. And now the radius that you're going to select is how thick the circles are going to be. I have an 8 here, so it's going to come out very thin. So we're going to go ahead and click OK, and as you can see, once this loads up, it goes from a very small black set of circles to a very grey and white set of circles. And now I'm actually going to go ahead and take that black a tone down, and I'm going to make the opacity lower by going on the gradient tool and turning the opacity to about 50. So now of course we're going to try this on a triangle. Now I haven't made this triangle perfectly angled, and it's a bit of a messy triangle, but I've created this with a pen tool, and as I said, you can create any sort of curves and wibbly wobbly waves that you want to with that pen tool, and this will still work as long as you're on fill and you're not on lines. So you just have to really draw out the shape that you want to do, and then you can go ahead and do this as long as it's on fill and there is no stroke, because we do not want the stroke. But anyway, I create this triangle and I change the angle to -120 degrees to make sure that it is coming up from the bottom left and going out and expanding into the world to become a perfect nice little circle. Now if you guys really wanted to see what this circle would look like with thicker dots, and that's probably what you would like on some of your designs, thicker dots rather than smaller dots, then you can come over and just increase the radius. I increased mine from 8 to 20 and you can see the effects there. It looks a lot nicer depending on what sort of design you're trying to create. So hopefully you guys come away with this, and if you do, remember to tweet me the pictures at EruptYT on Twitter, and then you guys can actually get feedback on it. Hopefully you guys have followed this properly, and hopefully it wasn't too hard to follow in the first place. But anyway, thank you so much for watching guys. Remember to leave a like for more tutorials each week. My name's been SamArts, and I'll see you in the next one.